Hey, my beautiful people, how are you? This is a brown chair chat. I think this is installment number 7, if I'm not mistaken. It was interesting because on my YouTube, I got a comment about the 144,000, which I think a lot of people are familiar with it, but a little confused. Like, I don't think anybody really knows what that is. I mean, if you go through the Bible, it's mentioned, I think, 3 times. And everybody thinks it's either people that have been anointed, or there is one sect or two that thinks that if they're anointed here on this earth, that they are part of the 144. Well, no, they're not. This is souls that have come down. I wrote everything here just to make sure I don't forget anything. All of these souls they're old souls from each different planet. They're not all of these souls. This 144 are from Earth, okay? Each planet has its own particular branch of souls. When the universe decided to, like, say, create Earth or another planet somewhere else, these souls went there, that was their thing, and they reincarnated on those particular planets for quite a while. Right now, here on Earth, there's a lot of people on the Earth right now because there's a lot of soul light workers from all over the place and other planets as well, and angelics like myself. So we've come down for this ascension, and that was the whole thing why it was mentioned in the Bible. The 144 was the universe, or God, whatever you want to say, was telling people it is okay during the transition or the end of the world, but it's the end of the 3D world and going into the 5D. So in that, yes, the vibrations are going up, and some people may be left behind, and so their timeline may be very devastating. I can't really say, but it might be, because again, that 3D is ending, and we're going into the 5D. So that was kind of the promise of the universe, saying, yes, I've got you during this transition. Now, of course, the universe didn't explain that there's going to be a hell of a lot more light workers coming down than just 144. Now, about these 144 souls, they're not just, again, coming from Earth, but they're coming from other planets as well. These souls are very old souls. They've been reincarnated over and over and over again. They are masters, basically, at this point. This is the last time, and they're all here now on this Earth. They're here right now on this earth for this ascension, okay? After they complete their ascension, after their human bodies are gone, they will not reincarnate again. They will go back to the universe and become one again with the universe, which would be total bliss. So that's where they're going. And that's why the significance of this 144 is so important. But it was basically the universe, and again, the 144 is a certain resonance as well, number, but this was the reason why the universe was basically saying, I've got you, this is what I'm, part of what I'm sending you, because the universe, there's a lot going on, let's put it that way. And, the universe is very complex and evolving thing, and this is why you can never fool the universe, because you are part of the universe. So there's no hiding or trying to figure out, the universe knows exactly what you're thinking all the time, because it's part of you, you are part of it. So these souls will not reincarnate after this particular lifetime. Now they're all here. Most of them will not know that they are 144, part of the 144,000. They will not know. It has nothing to do with twin flames. None of these people are going to be twin flames, because that's a very hard journey to take, and it's not. These people are, they're living a life experiencing, don't get me wrong, and they may have had some things that they may have had to do in their last quest here to learn or whatnot. But these are people that, even if they're not practicing any particular spirituality or Reiki or any of that sort of thing, or you could be a doctor or whatnot, these people are just healing in themselves. They're holding and anchoring the light in and being around them and helping healing the planet, even if they don't know that they are, okay? If you are wanting to find that you are, because most likely these people will not know, you would have to go to somebody like me or somebody else in the higher vibration who will be able to communicate with their spirit guides and tell you if you are. Remember, there's only 144,000 out of billions of people. So the likelihood that you are one is pretty slim. So it's pretty slim. But it doesn't mean that you couldn't possibly be. I mean, again, I could be talking to one of you out there, I don't know. Souls, I'm just sort of seeing if I missed anything. So again, it is the end of the world is it's again the end of the 3D. It's going into the 5D. It's going through that transition right now, and that's why a lot of people we what do you call it? The time effect. I can't think of it. It's escaping me right now. The Mandela Effect. So a lot of people are experiencing that too, because we are jumping timelines, and you will usually never feel a jump in a timeline, most likely. So we are jumping in timelines as well. And if you've been doing the work, you're going into a higher timelines. Like your vibration is taking you into different timelines. Because I remember, everything's happening at all once. There is no time per se. We are experiencing time because of how we are doing this. But everything's already happened. You know, everything's been mapped out. Every direction you could possibly take has already been mapped out. And there's already, you know, multiverses all over the place, but all happening basically at the same place, same time. So I know that's a lot much to wrap your head around, but it is. And then we're talking about different, you know, vibrations, frequencies for it. So, trying to think if there's anything else. People fearing that they'll be naturally healing. And you know, again, they will not reincarnate. The 144 is like a master number as well. So I wanted to clarify that because I didn't really know either, because I never had bothered to ask about it. And I mean, I always heard about it, but I'm really thinking that's a very low number, and everybody's claiming to be this or thinks they are because they're a light worker. All of these 144 are light workers, whether they know it or not, but not every light worker is part of the 144, okay? So just so y'all understand that, like, I'm not part of the 144. I'm, you know, an angelic, and I will no doubt reincarnate on another planet where I'm needed as the universe decides. So yeah, but at least I know this is my last time on Earth. So I'm just helping for this ascension. But so it's been kind of interesting to sort of, I mean, I did a little research on it too, because I wanted to find a little bit more about it. And then I was, of course, asking Spirit, you know, questions about it. And I was like, is any of this right? I mean, and most of it's inaccurate, you know, which makes sense. So I just wanted to tell you that, let you know, kind of hopefully clarify that, so that you guys have a better idea what's going on. And remember, we are in Christ consciousness. You're not going to see Christ come down, you know, in this actual realm. It's a Christ consciousness that is happening. So I just wanted to make sure you're that. I mean, and the ascension, it's funny because, you know, when people, the Christians believe in the rapture, and yeah, in a sense, it's kind of true in a way, because those people who will not make it kind of drift away. So they're in a different timeline, and you go into a different timeline. So in a way, yeah, it could be understood maybe those people disappearing on a certain level. But, you know, suddenly them swept up into heaven thing, not quite. So you gotta remember, it's a little bit more involved than just that. So we are in the Christ consciousness. We are going through this 5D ascension, and it's, you know, it's progressing. It is progressing, and quite quickly. It's like everything seems to be speeding up. I've noticed I'm in a very, very high vibration, especially right now. Especially after my trip, because they elevated my vibration again, and I've never felt the calmest I've ever felt in my entire life. Very relaxed, not worried about anything, and it's exactly where I need to be and where we all really need to be. But it takes time and effort to get there. It has, you know, you have to go through your dark shadows and everything else, dark side, dark night of the soul, really examine everything. It's a really big time breakdown of everything that you know, and everything like your ego and all of that needs to be rethought out. So it's a very difficult process, and most light workers will know that. They do go through a definite process. It is very difficult, and usually there's a catalyst that triggers it. Yeah, so I just keep doing your work. You know, again, if you know your light work, most likely, you know, the ones of you watching this channel, maybe. Some of you won't be, and that's fine. But you still need to do your work, right? You still need to be kind to people. You need to learn what your soul is supposed to be learning here. So you're doing the work, and once you keep doing this work, you know, things get easier for you. The vibrations get higher for you, And that's what we're looking to do here. And of course, this ascension does take time. And we're at least looking until, from the 2020 to 2030, at least a good 10 years, before we really start seeing more things relax into a thing. Right now, everything's kind of chaotic, and we're living in an upside down world. I mean, it's really, the universe is just shaking everything up, and that's where we are right now. But if you're in a higher vibration and you understand that what the universe is doing, and taking everything with stride, taking everything with just like a stride, just like, okay, this is what the universe has planned for me, it has planned for the world, whatever it may be, and just understanding that they're not to live in fear, and just to understand this is what the universe has presented, because a lot of people still have to wake up, things need to be exposed, the change has to be made. And so this is what's going on right now. So hopefully that helps. I probably will be doing another one when I'm called to do another one. It was interesting when that question came up, and I asked my guys, and they're like, yes, we want you to do one. So then I kind of had a powwow talk with them and figure out what exactly was what. All right, I hope this helped, guys. And again, I'm not here to convince you of anything. You believe what you want to believe, take what you can from it. Don't believe it at all. It's not my problem. I'm not here to tell you to believe in anything. I'm giving you the information that I've received, and hopefully it gives you some clarity. All right, guys, take care. Have a good one. Ciao.